sympathetic view with both sides. And I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's because you're not doing your job. Although I do think that there are cases where that happens. I think it's a matter of managing expectations properly, and I think so. So maybe you might in the central IT department be doing a good job of delivering the service that you need to deliver. But when that stuff happens, it's likely because the CMO or whomever didn't feel like they were going to get the answer they wanted, so they went around. So I think that's more about managing expectations and sitting down and having everybody understand, see, I would really like to help you solve this problem. Here's the things we need to think through together about matching this up with the company's data, making sure that we're secure, making sure that this is not going to sit under a desktop from some marketing intern and then become a critical part of our infrastructure someday, right? Which has happened to me on a number of occasions. Then being hacked by Russia and like all these other terrible things, right? So I think that's more of a conversation and better expectation management than it is necessarily service delivery and kind of being measured on that. I mean, look, are you ever going to be able to get your hands all the way around that? I don't know. I think, if I may, the cloud gives you a much better opportunity to do that because you can audit everything with one API call and you can see where everything in your estate is, which you cannot do in your data center or in a network of physical desktops throughout a company. So I think that's just another reason for enterprise cloud. But
And the other way to look at it is that the business is going to do what the business does. I mean, water flows through a path of least resistance. Swiping a credit card is a heck of a lot less resistant than submitting an idea that goes through a project portfolio committee that takes 6 months to create a project ideation plan that may or may not get approved by the annual budget, that may or may not get done. So the reason the business is doing it is not because IT is unable to, is because IT has not been able to bring it to the table. So if the IT departments are able to provide agile, responsive solutions, the need for shadow IT solves itself. But until that's done, telling business that my reference data is not integral is not a valid reason to stop business from buying stuff on the cloud. The valid reason is if you have an initiative, I can spin it up in 2.5 hours versus 2.5 months, and that stops shadow IT.